So I had just gotten married and our honeymoon was planned for Grand Cayman. We went for about a week and honestly, the experience was amazing. It's the best food that I've ever had in my life. I would totally go back. It's a beautiful island. And so I had just gotten married and our honeymoon was planned for Grand Cayman. We went for about a week and honestly, the experience was amazing. It's the best food that I've ever had in my life. I would totally go back. It's a beautiful island, and it was extremely relaxing up until. So we get to the hotel, and I don't have service on my phone, but I want to let everyone know that we made it safely. So I go to grab his phone to let everyone know, and I can't get it in. Password is changed. What a weird, right? Right after getting married? Well, I asked him why he changed the password on his phone, and he said, I do it every so often. I'll change it back. It's not a big deal. So he did. He changed it back. While we were there, things kind of felt off to me with him. He just seemed super supportive, which was really weird. I know that sounds bad. He was okay with me getting as much rest as I needed. Again, I know that sounds bad. But there would be times when I would wake up in the middle of the night and feel like he was over me on his phone doing something, but I just couldn't put my finger on it, but I knew something just did not feel right. So the last night we're there, or the last day, he wants to go out for a swim on the beach and he leaves his cell phone in the room. I bet you can guess what I did next. Well, when I went in the cell phone, there was nothing in there at all. There was no phone numbers, no contacts except for his mom and his sister and maybe his best friend. No contacts, no phone calls going out, no phone calls coming in. There were no messages. It was literally nothing in his cell phone. No text messages, nothing. So I go to the mail and I see if I can find anything there. Again, nothing. So I go to the trash in his mailbox, which he didn't empty. Sure enough, I saw him messaging his girlfriend. Yeah, his girlfriend on our honeymoon, telling her that he was working and that as soon as he got to an internet hop, he would contact her and that he missed her so much and loved her. So I got a hold of her information, took a screenshot, and let her know that my husband was on his honeymoon with his wife. She said, prove it. I don't have time for this. I go out to the beach. He's in the water swimming. No care in the world. Wife and girlfriend. And I hand him his phone and let him know that I now know and storm back off to the room. This is when hell starts. So I head back to the room at this point, feeling like I am literally dying on the inside. I'm devastated. I can't believe this happened. It feels like I'm in some kind of telenovela or PG-13 R-rated movie, but this cannot be my life. It just can't. It was indeed my life. What you guys don't know yet is that we should have never gotten married. I was pretty miserable leading up to the wedding. I felt like something was totally off. We didn't have sex our wedding night. He was extremely unsupportive during the process. But back to the story. I'm in the room, and here he comes. Of course, his first reaction is to deny it. He doesn't know what's going on, guys. He doesn't know. Okay, gaslight me. Way to go. We quickly move past that, and he goes to, my dad did this to my mom the entire time growing up, and I don't know how to do any better. It's all I see, all I saw my entire life. Honestly, I'm not buying it. He knew exactly what he was doing. The worst part about all of this is we have a flight to catch back home, so there's no time for this. So I feel like I'm dying on the inside, heartbreaking, and I gotta pack up my shit, go to the airport, sit in the airport, sit on the plane, and make it back home. And all the while I'm going through all of this alone. I'm not telling anybody that I found out my husband was cheating on me on my honeymoon. No way. We get to the airport and I quickly realize that he cares more about what everyone else thinks and sees than what's just happened. He starts laying into me about how I need to get over it and it's not that serious and I can't be acting like this in public. Obviously, I'm not speaking to anyone. I'm just to myself because I am literally breaking right now. He scolds me again. We get on the airplane. He finds out that I'm still upset, still crying. He scolds me again. I am the problem. He tells me to get over it again. It's not that serious. I'm being dramatic. I need to stop it. We're in public. I don't need to let people see me like this. It's a private matter. You're joking, right? We get back home. I lock myself in the bathroom and he proceeds to do the exact same thing. I'm going through all of this alone. Meanwhile, his family is asking where the thank you notes are, thank you cards are for the gifts that they gave us, which wasn't really much. And he proceeds to tell me that I need to do these thank you cards. Do you think I did them? You do it. I bet you're wondering, and no, I haven't left yet. So I head back to the room at this point, feeling like I am literally dying on the inside. I'm devastated. Let me start off this story by giving you a disclosure. This happened when I was maybe 15, 16 years old. It's a relationship I got into when I was 14. But he put the gun to my head because I called him too many times. It's really not a laughing matter, but I laugh now because I can't believe some of the things that I put up with and that I went through. And that for some reason I thought was normal and love. But the story is that I was calling him back to back. He was ignoring me, which is something that he always did. And he finally picked up and asked me to meet him at his grandmother's house. So I did. When I got there, he pulled up with his cousin, got out of the car, and put a gun to my head. It's really that simple, and said, "Now do you want to keep calling me?" It's kind of the end of the story, guys. If you're wondering if this is the same person that I was married to, it's not. It was someone different. We met in high school. If you're wondering how he was my fiance and I was 15 or 16 when this happened, he became my fiance because I didn't leave after this happened. I stayed. I didn't tell anyone, and we got engaged later. I ended up breaking off the engagement by the grace of God again, escaping that. But yeah, another situation that God protected me from. Again, I'm sharing all of these stories because I want to help others. I want to create a safe space and a community where they can come and get support, because I know what it feels like to go through these things alone. And it's not easy to get out of abusive situations. A lot of times you're judged, and for that reason, people around you don't even know that it's happening. So please be kind in the comments, because while I'm okay, it's not much that can rattle me because I've been through so much. It might set some other people back that are currently going through these situations. And I really, really just want it to be a place of positivity and support so that we can help others heal and they can leave situations like this and hopefully not even end up in situations like this, because there are signs before you end up with people like this. Stay tuned for more stories.